the sticker like mailing addresses so that you get your sticker. And while I'm doing that, I figured I would pop in here and take your questions as they come for as long as I can hold out, continuing to fill out stickers. So if you want a sticker, go ahead and hit the description in the link below. Fill out a Apple Podcast and Spotify 5-star review, and then hit up this description, hit the link, input your information, and I will send you one of these stickers right here, as well as a thank you for, helping us out with the show. Yes, I wear glasses almost everywhere else, but I don't wear them on the show because I've never really liked to wear glasses on the show. So as y'all get in here, asking questions, what's up? Hey, there's some old family there. Hey, Eric, how you doing, man? Let's see. Yeah, I don't do a lot of live here, Timo. Like, we're going to do a lot more later on. It's going to be a much more formal thing. But as I'm, like, filling out these letters, right, for the folks that have subscribed to the podcast and they wanted a sticker, I figured I would pop on here and say what's up. So, y'all got questions about whatever, I will choose to answer a few, I'm sure. But, keep it classy and whatnot. Let's see. One of the cool things about this sticker thing is I get to figure out just kind of where people live in the world. One dude hit me up from Australia. Like, damn, postage on that about to be a pain in my ass. But you know what? Y'all worth it. 100%. Never really done anything like this before. So, this is also a way for me to kind of get to know a lot of the folks that have joined up since we were last on our own. I mean, it's been a while. Let's see. Got a review from Terry. He said he's honest and covers all the teams. That's what he likes about the show. That's cool. So the other reason I want y'all to fill out that form is y'all get to tell me, like, what it is that you like about the show, what you want in an audio podcast, because we're kind of building that podcast together. What else we got here? Was the decision to move from #1 college football show internal motivation more or external motivation? I mean, Fox asked me to stay on it, right? National college football analyst there, so like top 25 and, covering the teams from a writing aspect. They just asked me, not do video, but no hard feelings there. And it gave me an opportunity to kind of reset, change up some of the show, change the name into something that was much more me. #1 college football show was fun. I had a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. But, we changed the name from the #1 ranked show before that. And before that, it was the RJ Young show. And now with Adapt and Respond, it's much more, geared toward what I'm about, what the show is about. How do you adapt to life? How do you adapt to change? How do you respond when things don't go your way? This is even football, right? This is where it comes from. Halftime adjustments. Who makes the halftime adjustment? Who understands, okay, we can't beat cover 2. They're going to stay in it. What are we going to do? Or, look, they're playing man. We got to ask our quarterback to make this work. When they turn their backs, you got to go get us some yards, and you got to get them out of that shell so that we can operate the offense. How do you adapt? How do you respond? And that's also life, dog. Like, Eric has been around for a long time. I'm sure we'll get a few folks coming through, but like, a lot of this journey on YouTube has been adapting and responding, right? I didn't do lives. Certainly wouldn't have sat down some, like, I don't know, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, and just decided to do live stuff like this and feel comfortable doing it. But since then, the terrestrial radio show, right, 9 to 11 here locally, and then ESPN Game Night, which was a brief stint, but I had a lot of fun, learned a lot about how to host a national radio show, and then getting to Fox, kind of learning how to do a college football only show, where I was used to talking about, like, today, if I was on the air, I would have been doing probably 2 segments, 3 segments about the Thunder. Might have been an all Thunder show. We don't talk no Thunder over here. We don't talk any basketball over here, you know what I mean? So that's what it is. I'm going to get back to the questions here in a second, but if I do not continue to write down y'all's names and information here, I'm not actually going to set out and do what I wanted to do, which is, you know, get these filled out so I can put these in the mail to y'all, because I appreciate it, you know. Asking y'all to invest in something new, something I haven't done a whole lot of here on my own in the past, which is, you know, podcast. Oh, all right. If y'all see Ruslin, y'all tell him to get back in here in his responses and give me a zip code, dog, because that's it's gonna be pretty tough to put in the mail. My man Ruslin, he might be mad at me, but I'm gonna be over here like, hey, check the live, dog. I try to tell everybody, you know, come help you out. See, let me go back up here and get a question. Appreciate y'all saying what's up. Do you talk more SEC football because OU joined the conference? Nah, I mean, I talk as much SEC football as I've always talked, because as long as I've been doing this show, you know, they running the game. Like, that's just what it is. Matter of fact, take it back to like 2003. I mean, you can't really have a conversation about what college football is without the SEC. Like, good luck. I mean, I even got to talk about Tommy Tuberville in a nice way, because that 04 Auburn team didn't get its due. And then, you know, of course, my Sooners showed up and got absolutely ran through by USC. But before that, you know, or LSU. That 04 was USC, 03 was LSU. God damn. Just getting our asses beat. Anyway, you know, then you got Florida with Urban Meyer. You know, in between there, we get more Alabama, we get some LSU. So, nah, man, I talk as much as I can about the teams that people care about. Matter of fact, that's one of the things I tell folks. Like, if you want to see more of one team or another on the show, you need more people, you know? Like, one of the things that we talk about a bunch here is Ohio State. We talk about a bunch of Oklahoma. We talk a bunch of Texas. We talk a bunch of Colorado. We talk a bunch of Georgia. We do that because those are the segments people watch. I mean, you go check the stats, dog. I'd be trying to talk about other teams, but y'all don't care. And if y'all don't care, I'm not wanting to go there. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to talk about teams nobody cares about? So you're just not going to see a whole lot of that. Matter of fact, I tell that to Penn State fans. They're like, hey, we a top 2 team. Joel thinks we're pretty good. You might be. I mean, Drew Allen's still your mans, but you might be. Still, you ain't got enough people to show up here. You know? Let's see. What we got here? Where can I find the form? Final quarter, dog. It's in the description of this link. You can go down there, fill it out. Fill out the form, and let me put one of these stickers in the mail to you with a thank you card, because that's, you know, that's what we about. Gonna pay it forward. You know. Man, y'all from all over. This is so cool. Y'all from all over. Some people talk about doing a national show, but, you know, how many of the people know you from around the way? But how many people know you from Australia? There was a dude from Ireland claimed to be, like, huge Notre Dame fan, which, you know, tracks, but still, I'm like, yo, what you doing over here? He's like, yeah. It's like, when you do the lives, though, I'm probably gonna miss it, because, you know, I'm way ahead of you. I'm like, yeah, dog, you are way ahead of me. And I'm not really a morning person like that. One of the reasons that I love covering sports. Sports take place at night, fam. I'm trying to get back down here, see what else is in here. When did you anticipate the guest to begin? You know, we'll see. We keep that one pretty close to the vest, dog. Keep that one pretty close, you know what I mean? This man over here trying to get up the secrets up here. But let's say that we probably gonna be playing football. How about that? Because, you know, I'm doing this now in June, which, you know, is dead. June is dead for college football. May too. We talked about it. Let's see. What's got here? 757 in the building. Hey, look at there. Man, that's cool. I mean, y'all need to be, you got to drop your area code, but it is nice to know where people are from. That's cool. Let's see. Timo, I don't need your help, dog. I appreciate it, though. Anybody else need your help in here, they can hit you up, dog. I'm all right. I'm good. I'm pretty old school about it. Whoa! There's a name I haven't seen in a long time. I thought about coming in here as like a gimmick and like building Legos or whatever. I don't know how well that would go over. But you know, one of the things that people try to do here when they're talking live is just kind of be on, right? And that's just a lot. Like I know people that can't do live for 45 minutes, can't do it for an hour, half hour gives them the willies. You know, I'm like, hey, you do live radio by yourself for 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. Ain't a whole lot of this that be scaring you, dog. Like that's, I can get on here and talk. That's all right. Let me see. Check this out. Check this out. I'm not gonna put him out there, but my man left me just this fire review. Okay, my man says, I asked a question, what do you like or dislike about the show on the forum? And he says, he don't miss. That's kind, because I be missing. I be shooting, but I be missing. Shoot or shoot, dog. Try not to put up them tour dates. You know, I'm trying not to put up them 3 and 25s, but dog, if I go 12-25, feel like I had a good day. You know what I mean? Just be out here trying to put up these SGA numbers. What is this? That's all right. He said he don't miss. That man want me to be great. That's what you need in your life. You need people in your life that want you to be great. How about that? Let me see. Aiden, what you got? Hi, RJ. I saw your Arkansas segment the other day. I think no matter what happens, we have to beat Missouri. That school is not our daddy. I know how you feel, man. I know how you feel. Because guess what, dog? Your man's watched Jackson Arnold fumble that game away. I know exactly how you feel. I do. I feel it in my heart. Let me see. Thoughts on the new CFB model and how would you fix it if you were commissioner? I mean, I'd go to 24 teams. Dead ass. 24 teams. Give me 24 teams. Every single conference champion gets an automatic bid from the Conference USA all the way up, dog. Everybody gets a bid in, right? And then we have our at-larges. So we got 10 conferences, right? So that means we would have 14 at-large berths. That's fine. That's good. You know where I get this model from? It's called the FCS, and they've been doing it for years, and it works. You know how I know it works? Because the same 2 teams end up winning the damn national championship every year. It'd be North Dakota State or South Dakota State. That ain't gonna stop. You know, let's be kind here and say Ohio State and Texas from playing the national championship each and every year if they want to. Well, it devalues the regular season. It don't in the FCS. Matter of fact, some of y'all don't know much about the Pioneer League, but some of y'all do. Pioneer League is a non-scholarship league. They don't give scholarships to football players, basketball players, nobody. So you go there for the love of the game. And the only way you're getting into the FCS playoffs is if you win that league, because people just don't think it's that good. And for years, Jim Harbaugh and UC San Diego would be just showing up to run everybody down, run through everybody else, and get into that thing. And that would be the win. The win would be making it to the playoffs. I don't find anything wrong with starting the playoffs in November. Hell, we used to finish the college football season in Thanksgiving, but things change. Things change. That's okay. That's all right. That's what I would do. I would make it 24 teams. Every conference champion gets a bid. I don't care how you distinguish your conference champion. If you want to have a conference championship game, that's great. If you want to go with regular season, that's great. Got to use tiebreakers, though, because like the Big 12, you had 4 number 1 teams, right? You had Arizona State, Iowa State, Colorado, BYU. I don't see a problem with it. Now, other people who don't like football see a problem with that. That's always my take. I'm never going to argue against less football, dog. I be watching the UFL. I cover the UFL. I love football. We don't play enough football as it is. Oh, no, man. Don't let me find out this dude actually lives on this street, because I will not be okay. Like, that's... All right. I can't wait to find out if this sticker gets to where it's going. And no, I'm not going to tell y'all where these folks are because, you know, that's foul. What I look like. What I look like. Yeah, I know we need more live streams, but I'm trying to do a, you know, more polished version of the live streams and make them pretty regular so that we put them on the audio podcast pretty regularly, right? As opposed to stitching together the segments like we do, which, you know, basically makes it a show. But the 10-minute segments work for us, they work for you, and not everybody wants to hear about every other team all the time, right? They want to hear about their team, so like timestamps and whatnot. But hopefully we get something a little bit more professional looking. You know, I know y'all don't care about it because y'all here watching this, but, you know, maybe your mama do. Maybe your mama care. Maybe that's a good way to get your mama in here. About, you know what? RJ puts together a pretty professional stream. So much so that you might not even call it a stream. It's wild because over here, you know, in We Make Content land, everybody wants to look like TV without doing TV, right? I've always believed that once you make it to TV, you can do anything you want digitally. You know, like I think about my man McAfee just killing the game. Man made it to TV and YouTube channel just took off. You know, that's just how these things work. So you want to make your thing look like something that people are familiar with, and people are most familiar with TV, even though YouTube is now the biggest platform on the face of the earth, which is wild. Like I read somewhere, I think Mr. Beast's channel got more subscribers than Netflix, like globally. I know people that don't even know Mr. Beast's name, but you know, like put him on television. I bet they know him then. Let me see. We don't talk about the flag. We don't talk about the flag. We don't do that. We don't talk about the flag. Why are you doing that? Bringing up old stuff. Get my mama on here. Yeah, my mama will be up here. My mama will probably be up here. My mama came through the other day, and she looked around at all the equipment that I got in here. We got a second angle over here. We got a primary main over here. We're gonna get a wider angle over here. Like it's, you know, you've seen the production just kind of go up. You know what I mean? We're gonna do more of that. But my mama be over here like, so maybe I should start a YouTube channel. Like, yeah, mama, you should. I know a whole bunch of people that would. You gotta be kidding me. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Holy smokes. I'm sorry. I'm checking the response form here, and there's like a celebrity who filled this out. We need to find out where this is going, dog, because I don't believe this. What? Get out of here. You don't listen to my show. That would tune me right up. Let me find out this person listens to my show. Let me see. YouTube is real easy to use, and you can look it up basically anything. Yeah, I mean, that's what I tell everybody. Start your YouTube channel today. Don't quit. That's it. Do it every day. If it's important to you, do it every day. That's how we got started here, and that's one of the, you know, principles of this show. Is I'm out here making the content. Now, I'm not Speed, you know. I'm not gonna be over here jumping through my set, ruining everything because you get to 40 million subscribers. Although you get to 40 million subscribers, you can do anything you want. I mean, you know, we don't have a small channel, and I'm not trying to say that we do, but we ain't got that going on over there, whatever that is. Just another stratosphere. Him and Sanat. I read about a lady in the Washington Post who apparently live streams her entire life, every day, all the time, and like she's just checking the live view count constantly. And I'm going, man, what a lot of pressure. What a lot of pressure to put on yourself. You see, can't believe this dude is sending this. Ain't no way. All right, Mr. Celebrity, I'm gonna send this to you. We're gonna see what I get back, if I get anything back. Let me see. What we got? Wow. All right. Here's one. Let's see. I might try to make this into a regular thing, depending on if y'all like this or not. You know, where I just kind of show up here and chat with you while I fill out this paperwork. If that is something you like, go ahead and let me know. And we'll see what we can do about it. And that'll be in addition to all the other stuff that we be doing over here. The goal is to do a live show after like big games. So like Thursday night football might be one. Saturday night football, obviously. Maybe Friday night football, we'll see. Depends on what the matchups are. Sunday night football, Monday night football, college football playoff rankings, rinse, repeat, you know. Let me see. Step Mills, linebackers, and snap the damn ball, RJ. Yeah, see, Eric go all the way back. See, Eric could tell you some tales, man. He could tell you exactly where to go in the channel library to be like, nope, here's an inflection point, here's an inflection point, there's an inflection point. RJ used to be filthy with it with the filters. RJ used to be filthy with it in the editing bay. And I was doing all this in iMovie, guys. I was doing all this in iMovie on my phone and my laptop. So, like, all of this came from all of that. Like, Eric remembers me being in my efficiency department. had this flag up here. Trying to do anything I could to try to buff up the set just a little bit. Can you do a Colorado video? That's got to be a joke, right? Like, that's a joke, right? He said, can you do a Colorado video? Shut up. Come on, man. You know what time it is. Let me see. I do like the room we got, man. Y'all are a good room. I didn't tell nobody that we were doing this. I just turned on the camera. Just turned it on. Maybe next time I might tell people. We'll see. Guess it depends on how this goes. It's been long enough since we talked about the book. All right, get them in, clown your mans. Yup. You over here talking about it's been long enough. We need to talk about the Buckeyes. I really do think they're gonna be good, man. But that's every year, right? That's not saying anything new. I'm excited for the Julian Saint experience because the things I've been hearing are good. Is he the next CJ Stroud? Don't really want to put that on nobody, but CJ went for 4,400 yards, 40 TDs, and like 6 INTs in 2021. He was nasty. He was so nasty. He had Olave, he had Wilson, and he had Njigba before we knew that Njigba was him, you know? And then Njigba became him. Man, it's filthy. It's filthy. I also wouldn't want to be the quarterback that is following up a national championship over there because the only thing that you can do that hasn't been done by that class is beat Michigan. And that ain't no gimme. We thought it was a gimme. But it ain't no gimme. Every time that team seems to show up and give Ohio State everything it wants and then some. And then, like last year, they played into their hands. You just throw the ball to that Martian you got over there, to that mutant, to that superhero that wears number 4, maybe it goes differently. And by the time they figure that out, it's like, oh, well, Tennessee, we learned our lesson from Michigan, so now it is up to you to take this whooping that we're about to put on you. And then they put a whooping on Oregon. And then they put a whooping on Texas. And they put a whooping on Notre Dame because 4 is just that dude. He's that guy. Jeremiah Smith to the uninitiated. JJ to his family. That dude. And then apparently Ryan Day over here talking about he got bigger. How, Sway? Let me see. Pray for FAMU. Our AD just... Dog. I didn't even see that. FAMU's AD got booked on fraud charges? I'm going to have to look that up, man. That's not... Ohio State band versus the Grambling band. Nah, nah, I don't think Ohio State wants that smoke. I mean, it's gonna happen. They're playing. But I think Ohio State's band is gonna stay right where they are so they don't miss the halftime show because Grambling gets it in. You know, talking about FAMU and the Marching 100. Booker T has Funky D, snare, tenor. Went down to Prairie View A&M for band camp. That was a whole thing. Oh, Charlene. So your man's was down at your man was at Prairie View A&M for band camp. Your man's was 15 years old, and at the time he's swinging tenor because he didn't make snare that year. I hate tenor, but you know, gotta grow up just a little bit. Anyway, this lady, in all the ways you read about, so your man shot a shot after, you know, winning a third game of dominoes. I used to get my ass whooped playing dominoes, so I got real good at it to where I could count everybody's board. I knew what was in everybody's hand. I'm calling it out, calling it out, calling it out. And I'm smacking it down. I'm locking you out. Nope, give me that. What's in your hand? Count it. Wash my bones. And I was feeling myself, you know what I mean? And I'm absolutely putting it on. 19-year-old lady decides, you know what? You can stay. Best night of my high school life, right there. Band camp. Prairie View A&M. Never, purple and gold till I die, dog. Like, woo. That did it. That did it. You know, the more I think about it, the more, you know, maybe that's what I should have done. Maybe that's where I should have gone. Maybe I should have gone to PV. Instead, I went to TU thinking, you know, my education was going to be the most important thing. Nah, dog. I'm telling you this as a man who dropped out of the PhD program after year one, so I got degrees. Get a job. Get a job doing what you want to do. If you go on to college, make sure that you go to college not for the education, but for the good time. Matter of fact, that's what I tell all the high school kids when I go to these 7-on-7s and whatnot during the summer. I keep it a buck. I say, hey, look, I know you might want to go to Oklahoma. I know you might want to go to, where's man going? Washington. But are you going to play? And be honest with yourself about that. Are you going to play? Because if you're not going to play, go somewhere where you're going to play, because that's how you're going to have fun. Ain't nothing like being a dude. I don't even know that, you know, the younger generation still feels this way, but like, I turned 38 this summer, so to the heart with this. Ain't nothing like being the man and wearing your leather jacket on the quad and being the honey that the flies come to. That works at Ohio University. That works at Southern Nazarene. That works at North Central Western Kentucky State Technical. It works, fam. So go where you're going to have a good time and be the man. You know what I mean? Tell them stories. Get you some stories. Make you some memories. That's what I be trying to tell them. Sometimes they listen. Sometimes they listen. Let me see. Oh, this guy here. Bass Reeves the real. Yeah, you're right. Hey, but see, Jenkins is like my man Eric. He go all the way back. He goes all the way back. They done seen some things, yeah. I mean, they done seen it all the way through. All the way through. Let me see what we got here. I gotta concentrate on this particular city name because I've never seen it before. Your man learned something new. Again, you want a sticker? One of these, and a thank you note from me. Hit the description for the link below. Fill out the Apple Podcast and Spotify reviews. Copy paste that into your form. It's gravy. I'll hit you up. So I don't know too many other people that be, you know, handwriting their own notes and whatnot. But like I said, who doesn't like a handwritten note? I love a handwritten note. Let's see. Somehow, pen falling apart. I also got time for this because I just got out of so before I was here, they were having a water gun fight outside on my neighborhood. The boys and the girls was outside, and I was out trying to just, you know, detail the truck. And one of them children came over and squirted me. Squirted me with the water gun. And they said, Mr. RJ, Are you going to play? And I went back into the house. I put on the swim trunks. I got the Gatling gun. And I got the pistol out. And I put the super soaker on my back. And I said, no, fam. I ain't come out here to play. I came out here to win. So that's what I was doing before I got here. Another way of saying, I ain't got no woman. I got time for that. I got time for that. I got time for that. I got time to build Legos. And I got time for this. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is right now. Let me see. Another man that gave me a street address, but didn't give me no city, didn't give me no zip code. Hey, man, y'all want these? I don't need y'all coming after me talking about where's my sticker. You the kind of person don't put your city and your zip code in here. What am I supposed to do with that? Come on now. I can't be held responsible for that. That's foul. Stop that. Let me see what else got here. Ooh, man, checking in from Oakland. Hello. That's what's up. What's up? Works at Casual Tech University too. Psych. Let me see. It's facts you can make a lead from anywhere. Yeah, you can. They'll find you. If you can it sounds cliche to say because we say it to everybody all the time, but if you can play, they will find you. They will find you. We found a dude, we found the last Warhammer dude in college football at South Dakota State. Excuse me. We found a man who had the Warhammer miniatures by the house, on the coffee table so everybody could see it at the NFL draft. They will find you, fam. They will go to Canada to get you. They will go to Germany to get you. They will go to Africa to get you. If you can play, they will find you. So I mean, is it easier to find you at Ohio State, Oklahoma? Sure, yeah. Is it easier to find you at Bama? Yeah. Is it easy to even find you at Baylor? They found RG3. Why couldn't they find you? You know what I mean? RG, you found for that RG3 thing. Man, he know what time it is. He knows that Baylor Baptist wasn't nobody before he got there. Yeah. Let me see. RG, you have a PhD in common sense. Your sports IQ is off the charts. Thank you, Miss Debbie. I appreciate that. Thank you. Can we ask questions? Yes, you can ask questions. Ask your questions, man. Like, I'm here in real time. You better take advantage. Most of the time, you're going to see me record it. What is it? What do the stickers mean? Oh, it is just the logo for the show. Adapt and respond. That's what it is. Another person, okay, I was about to get mad at another anonymous person for not putting down their city and zip code. Damn, there's another city I ain't never heard of. That's what's up. Y'all putting me on game. I'm like, I didn't even know y'all had these. Look at you. And my postman finna be mad at me. It's cool though. I give him a Coke. Be all right. Yo, man, don't throw your details down there. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. No, not on the chat, man. In the link in the description. Stop all that. Delete that. Get out of here with that. Golly. Let me see if I can't help you help yourself right quick. Yeah. I don't nobody need to see that stuff, dog. Help this man out. Don't be putting your zip code and don't do that, man. Come on now. You already know. Let me see. No, I don't want people posting in the room. I'm talking about in the form. When you're filling out the form in the description, where only I can see it. Don't do it here. Come on now. It's common sense. I know common sense ain't common, but damn. Y'all need to help yourselves out. What kind of person would ask you to put your information out loud on a live stream? That's ridiculous. Unsubscribe. Get out of here. Ain't got the sense God gave you. Well, have me invoking my grandmommy over here. Let's see. Another city. Let's see. Look at that. Response is growing since I've been here. That's what's up. Y'all cool. Y'all cool. Let's see. I don't know why people post in the room, man. I can't help them. I appreciate that, Mortis. I like being here. Hey, RJ, how do you feel about those softball champs? You know, I was asked about this, you know, after saying, I remember saying this out loud. Oh, you found a way against Texas Tech. That game won. They found a way. And I said, as soon as it happened, Sam, don't mess this up. And what Sam do? She got cranked out. The magic came. She just wasn't there for it. I appreciate that, Mortis. Appreciate that. Thanks, dog. Y'all ain't good looking out. I appreciate that. Let me see. Softball champs. I hope both teams lose. How about that? That's what I would tell people. I would tell them I hope both teams lose. You know, no disrespect to Tech. How do I put this? A certain kind of disrespect that is respect to Texas. But y'all got one. You got one. You got one. You got one. One. Now I need you to count the rings at Oklahoma. That's what I need you to do, okay? Before you start gloating too hard. Because that ain't, oof. But we beat Oklahoma. Yeah, this year. This year. Trying to think, man. What happens if Jordy just doesn't decide to, you know, transfer? Maybe she don't blow her knee out either. I mean, I don't want her to blow her knee out. I'm going to be clear about that. Didn't want that to happen. But I like to think that Patty would take good care of her like she did. Maybe she transferred back. Who knows? Ooh, we got somebody that watches the show from Austin. That's what's up. Behind enemy lines down there. That's what's up. Every now and again, I run into somebody who like lives in Texas but roots for Oklahoma. And you're like, hey, man, it's a job. And you're like, I understand. I understand. I actually got a homie, huge Oklahoma fan, massive, massive Oklahoma fan. He raised swimmers. His boys swim at Texas. And I said, you know what? I ain't mad at it. They go up for free. They go up for free. And it's a great school. I ain't mad at it. Ain't like they're playing football. They swimming. It's cool. It's fine. He's like, I don't know, man. I feel some kind of way about that. I wouldn't. I got kids that got scholarship offers to play at Texas for whatever. They ain't getting no scholarship offers from Oklahoma. Maybe they don't have the sport or whatever. Fine. Fine. I'm fine with this. Fine with this. Cody, what advice would you have for an aspiring sportscaster? Start making stuff. Do this. Do this. Take the camera out, put it in front of your face, start talking. Give people your perspective. When you can, introduce yourself to new people, you know? That's what I would tell you. Get started. After you get started, don't stop starting. Continue to try to get better. Whatever that means to you, you know? Whatever that means to you. If you want to be on TV, start making those sorts of decisions that inform you getting to television. You want to be big on YouTube? Well, we got lots of examples for that. You know, there's all sorts of ways to get it done. All sorts of ways to get it done. You know, I come from radio. After getting started here, my man Josh, he got started doing local TV in South Carolina. Now he's got, I don't think I'm speaking out of school here. I think he's got the biggest national college football show in the world. Pate, I'm talking about. Those of y'all know Pate. I love Pate. Pate and I go back. Good people. Good people. But yeah, man, anytime, anywhere you want to get it done. What's your passion? What speaks to you? If it ain't ball, then all right, that's cool. Figure it out. Let me see. I missed your question. All right, let me go find. You ain't got to give me the angry face. Semper, where's your question? Or post it again. How about that? Semper Fi, post your question again. Man, graduated from Langston. Hello. The only HBCU in the state of Oklahoma. Look at you. Let me see. I went down to Langston to do a feature on Cheryl Miller and Mike Garrett, because they happened to be over there at the same time. And I was like, what the hell is Mike Garrett and Cheryl Miller doing at Langston? That was basically the piece. Did that for SB Nation. That was fun. That was fun. That was before your mans got to YouTube, because I came up writing, right? Like, that's where the books come from. That's where the magazine pieces come from. And I would tell anybody that I can speak well because I could write well. Like, people they underrate writing. They really do. But if you can write, you can do anything, because reporting and writing is just more difficult than talking. It just is. One of the reasons is you can fudge around some of the facts if you don't actually know them. On television, you've seen it, because you see authenticity, you see sincerity. In print, you got to have it right, and you got to have the details. You got to have the goods. Everybody can see it. Editors can see it. Readers can see it. Everything is scrutinized. You can't get away with being a bad writer. You also have to write tight copy. You have to get rid of excess. You have to really whittle it down in ways that make you uncomfortable, because easy reading is damn hard writing. And if you can distill your thoughts onto a page, you can distill them clearly when you're speaking about them, because it's right there in front of you. You know, you've done the work already. Another person that did not give me a city and a zip code in the description where you can link the form. Don't do it here. I'm not going to always be here to save somebody who want to put out they business like that. I'm trying to help you. Let me see. If you can get past being nervous, talking in front of a camera or in front of people, speaking is easier. If not, it may be tougher than writing, in my opinion. I've never had a problem talking in front of people. Maybe that's just it. I used to read the morning announcements at school, high school. Giving speeches has been part of it. But I also understand there are faceless channels, right? Faceless channels can get it done. What I would tell you, though, is people like seeing your face. People like this. They don't like a black screen or a logo. They hate that. They want to see the person that's talking to them. They want to read their facial expressions. One of the things that would drive me nutty as I was coming up, like Jim Traber is big around here. Traber would do his show, and you could hear his inflection. You could hear how he was speaking, but it would have been nice to be able to get his face. And this is why I think Colin's show does so well, right? Coward, his show does so well because you get to see him. You get the full breadth of him. And he understands his presence is making the point as much as his voice is. That's powerful once you can use that to your benefit. Jim Rome still hasn't actually got that part down. Dan Patrick hasn't actually got that part down. They're good at the job. They're, one of the top five radio broadcasters, sports broadcasters in the world. And then there's McAfee, who can stand up, who can sit down, who can give what he's got. And Rich Eisen, he does a really great job. He understands presence, but he's also come up on television. He understands people looking at his face and seeing his mannerisms, how he talks to the guest, how he talks to the staff. It's all part of it, Yo! There we go. I like that. Let's see. You also have to get comfortable with silence. That's one of the things that I find myself telling some of the younger folks that have made their way into this. They panic when they get quiet or they seem to have run out of things to say. I'm like, well, maybe it's time to end the show. Hey, have you got it all out? I appreciate that, Chris. Working through the podcast on Spotify, I really dig the literature reviews. Keep doing what you do. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. I saw the thing. I realized that this college football show, first and foremost, and we talk about the culture of college football as much as anything else, but the books and whatnot, a big part of me. I know that there has been some call for Formula One stuff. I know that there's not a whole lot of cause for that, because a lot of y'all just go straight over your head. But I love that sport. Simulator over there. I'm pretty fast on Turismo. I'm pretty fast on F1. I don't play a lot of iRacing because, well, I don't want to pay iRacing prices. But I love that sport, man. So like the Canadian GP this weekend, I'm gonna be all about it. I'm always all about it. I've been watching Formula One since 2007, which is the first year that Lewis Hamilton raced Formula One. So I've been following it forever. We'll talk about it. Let me see. What Marshall said, people will have the nerve to be surprised when Boomer Sooner keeps kicking teams' butts this season. Yeah, they will. But I'm also not in the habit of having this team make me look bad. I'm telling people you got to worry about Oklahoma and what happens. Texas is great, and we get embarrassed by Tennessee, Texas, Missouri, LSU, South Carolina. Make it make sense, fam. Make it make sense. Let me see. Vic the Villain. Oh, any takes on the new college football admin? Brian Seeley is who he's talking about. So he's the new CEO of what we're calling the College Sports Commission. Hold on. Let me make sure I got this right, because there's a chance that, you know me, I be making mistakes. I don't mean to be making mistakes, but I be making mistakes. So, yeah, Brian Seeley is the new CEO of the College Sports Commission. I had it right. All right. I think that it's good only if he is given the opportunity to really impose enforcement. Like, that's the thing that we're really going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for somebody who can drop a hammer when it's time to drop a hammer. Like, one of the things I'm going to be interested in with name, image, and likeness and the revenue sharing is who's going to be first to break the rules, and then what is going to be the punishment for breaking the rules. Because one of the things that we're moving to the College Sports Commission for is because the NCAA just does not have the power to really make people cringe anymore. Like, we saw this with Nico Iamaleava when we were trying to enforce a rule about how you could pay players for NIL. State Attorneys General and the State Attorney General for Virginia, they went at bat for this. Like, they decided to sue. And what's the NCAA supposed to do? Because the NCAA is a maid service. Like, they do what the members ask them to do, of which Tennessee and Virginia are a couple. But I don't really like to beat up on the NCAA because, A, they can't do much, and B, it's an easy target. It's really us that we got this. That's what we're doing, right? We are the folks that have decided we don't really care how much money you want to spend on your team. That's your money. Spend it. Do what you got to do. But if you're breaking the rules, then you got to pay a price for breaking those rules. And that price needs to be high enough that nobody wants to break it. So we saw this with Southern Methodist in the death penalty. That's why we call it the death penalty. Set them back 30 years. 30 years before they could do a damn thing with Sonny Dykes. And now Rhett Lashley got that thing humming, but that was too heavy a price to pay. Now, what's going to be the price? You know, if you're trying to push through some money that probably shouldn't go to the football team, what will Brian Seeley do about that? That was going to be my, that's the answer to my question, or to your question, I think, for me. Let's see, Oklahoma versus Michigan is a matchup that's taken place only once, and that's a shame. I don't know. And they're not natural rivals. I mean, if they only meet in the national championship game, I'd be fine with that. They're not natural rivals. Oklahoma, Nebraska going away, that sucks. Texas, Nebraska going away, that sucks. The Big Ten hasn't really had to deal with these sorts of losses in the way that us in the South have, right? Like, Texas A&M coming back, that's cool. I love that we're playing that game because those are two teams that absolutely hate each other, and I love watching teams that hate each other play against each other. That's why I talk so much about Ohio State, Michigan. Like, they hate each other. I love it when we got, nope, I can't stand you and you're kind. Everything about you get down. I don't like you. I don't like your mama. I don't like your grandmama. There's nothing you could do to make me feel good about you. That's what college football is at its best, right there. Oklahoma, Michigan, we don't really go in like that. You know, even so much as like the Ohio State-Oklahoma rivalry came out of Baker Mayfield, really. It was JT and them came down to Norman and stomped a mud hole in Oklahoma and walked it dry because Austin Kendall started talking noise, but that was also a really good Ohio State team. And then Baker came back, planted a flag. Now everybody got to plant a flag. Everybody got to plant a flag now. That's what people are telling me. Everybody got to plant a flag now. But that's not really a natural rivalry either. You know, it just is what it is. When they play, they play. This year, man, it's more like the rivalry has become me versus Michigan fans. By the way, I think y'all are mostly, for the most part, cool people. I do. It's just a few of y'all that be loud in the comments over here. They're trying to act like, didn't break NCAA bylaw 11.6.1, which prohibits on-campus, in-person, future scouting of opponents. You did that. That's what it is. You did that. Pay the price. Pay the price. That's all. Pay the price. Whatever the price is. Price might even be that loud. Might be nothing. But it's also how y'all get down. Like, I've been to Michigan for a game. It's Michigan Penn State 2022. It's fun. I had a good time. When I heard James Earl Jones come over the loudspeaker talking about we the greatest university in the world, I was like, oh, so y'all been this way the whole time. Y'all just feel this way moving through the world. Okay. I understand now. Okay. Now we wouldn't be homies. We wouldn't go out together, but I understand you. I understand you. I like understanding. Let me see what we got here. I'm just saying it's like crazy how they're going to play once in the entire history of college football, two of the greatest programs of all time. Yeah, I mean, I was saying that about Michigan and Alabama. Orange Bowl with Tom Brady, and then, Citrus Bowl and whatnot, and then college football playoff. But, like, Ohio State, Texas is also in there. Last time they played was 2005. And that's Vince Young and them. That's a game that we also get to see that I'm excited about, frankly. Like, I think those teams playing each other each and every year would be cool. Like, at one point, I was asking myself, why doesn't, Oklahoma and/or Texas and/or Ohio State and/or Michigan just become independent? I know Ohio State and Michigan won't because they've been Big Ten members since the 19th century. So it's as much their conference as it is Illinois' conference. Matter of fact, I think the first four were Chicago, Illinois, Ohio State, Michigan. So that's their conference, right? They're always going to be in that thing. But if you could do a barnstorming event like Notre Dame does, and you're Texas, you're Ohio State, you're Oklahoma, you're Michigan, you could play all these games. Like, I would love to see, in the worst way, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But I really want Oklahoma and USC to play while Lincoln is still there, while Brent is still there. I need that to happen. I need somehow to make that happen. Because you want to talk about the kind of game that I would love to, I would be losing my mind. You would love to watch me watch a USC Oklahoma game. That's just like I would love to watch A&M and Texas fans during a Texas A&M game. You want me to watch that game, and you want to see me losing my mind at every snap because of this or that. We could get those sorts of matchups just baked into the schedule. Because, the NFL, they're smart about this. They put together the matchups everybody wants to see. So we got Aaron Rodgers playing all these teams that owe him a whooping or he owes a whooping. I want that. Vic says, how is your axe throwing? What are you? Vic, I'm trying to answer your question. So, like, follow this one up. Like, what exactly are you asking? Like, how good am I at throwing an axe, at the arcade? Or, like, is there some nation that I'm about to pick a fight with that I didn't know about? Like, you gonna have to help me out, dog. My axe throwing. Put it this way. So my ex-wife is from Coweta, Oklahoma. If you don't know Coweta, Oklahoma, look it up. Start there. Big homie was Mike Bryan. Mike Bryan and I went to high school at the same time. He went to Coweta, I went to Booker T. But Mike used to have a Facebook back when he had Facebook of him shirtless in waders holding a catfish that was the size of me. I'm 5'5". He's holding a catfish the size of me by one hand that he noodled. That's Mike Bryan. All right. So that's Coweta. Okay. So I married a woman that was from Coweta. When I got there, I learned to ride horses. I learned to vaccinate cows. I learned to shoot. And I'm an NRA certified NRA basic pistol instructor, right? So I could teach you how to shoot. I got good at it. But I got really great at bow hunting because, that was a lot like bowling. Won some state championships bowling. If you could do a thing over and over again and it required the same mechanics and hitting a target, like throwing a football, for instance, I could do that. So I'm decent at axe throwing is the answer to your question. I hope that's $5 worth right there, because I can make it happen. Just, but it's all about, is your release the same, and can you measure distance, and how do you do depth perception, and do you understand proprioception, right? My mama used to say, she would tell people that I was a kinetic genius because there's not a sport that I couldn't just pick up and do. I just need to see somebody else do it. From karate to baseball to football to whatever, right? I could just do it. So axe throwing came to me about as simply as being able to shoot, right? Because it's see thing, do thing, repeat thing. Is your breathing the same? Is your stance the same? Are you surprised when you pull the trigger? Those sorts of things, right? Whereas it's a little bit more feel with axe throwing. But I'm curious about that because there's a lady that I was trying to see, am trying to see. We'll see if she's trying to see me. How about that? She was asking about going axe throwing, and I'm like, yo, do you know people, Vic? That's why I was like, do you know what you're asking, my guy? Are those wrestler shoes in the back, though? I didn't know RJ was about it. So no, these are driver shoes that I picked up at the Vegas Grand Prix. Yes, I went to the Las Vegas Grand Prix. That's another story for another show. But I did wrestle too. I was captain of the wrestling team in high school. So I wrestled at 133. So single to double, that was my move. Hip in switch, that was my move. If I can get you in a snake, game is over. We're done here. And I still go roll around when I can because I boxed for a very long time. And then MMA for a little bit. 1-1-1. One win, one draw, one loss. Had to stop. These knuckles right here collapsed. So when maybe you can hear it. Yeah, every time I close my fist, they pop. Hands was, my parents are ex-military. So throwing hands is part of life. You're gonna learn to fight. That's what it is. So my daddy used to say, before everybody else said it, my daddy had two things. Two things he would say. First one was, these hands is rated E for everyone. Because he saw that on Jewel Box in like 96. He's like, yep, that's what's up. And the other thing he would say is, talk is cheap, but these hands is free. That's my daddy. And if you ever see my mama, or you see my mama on the show, you can see where I get all this from, dog. John says, where's the flag? The flag is over there in the closet. It's over there in the closet. We have not brought out the flag since we moved into this space. You could call him, try to pry him. Yeah, pretty much. Can you still get what up? Like my hands? Like, can I still fight? I've been through a lot. Ooh, Quentin hit me with the hook'em. Okay. Yes, get your $2 in, dog. He said $2 here for hook'em. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Let me see. Let's see. Drive. Yes, I'm in here. Again, you want your sticker, fill out the podcast survey after you go and rate the podcast on Apple and Spotify. Because I am doing the thing where I go check to see that your review matches the review so that, ain't nobody trying to get one up over here. I mean, if that's really what you do to get a sticker, God bless you. But come on now. Help me out. Coming out of my pocket for these stickers. Let me see. Who blocked you? Somebody blocked you? Who blocked you? Did I block you? It's possible. It's possible. I be loud on the block button. You can come at me sideways. I don't know you from Adam. I don't got time for that. I ain't got time for people to be playing with me. My dad would say, boy, don't you hit me. I can't fight. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Don't you hit me. I can't fight. There it is. He said hook him again. All right, man. As many hookers as you want to get in here, dog. That's all right. And I tell all the Texas fans the same thing. Get it in. Be about your noise. Talk your noise. Talk your trash. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know, come that second Saturday, we gonna see what's what, like we do every Saturday. We do every single year. And now, the Cotton Bowl doesn't suck. They renovated it. It used to be absolutely having to use the bathroom at a trough in there. You're like, I hope the ladies ain't got to deal with this, because this is garbage. Let me see. One senior woman in there. Let me see. Can't wait for Saturday in the fall. Me neither, man. Like I'd be loud about it. I really want to. Ooh. Okay. We got us a doctor in the house. I wonder if that's like a book doctor or like a real doctor. It's an inside joke with me and the family. So like pursuing the PhD. The joke was, so you're gonna be like a book doctor or like a real doctor? Real doctor being like a medical doctor, someone with a PhD being like a book doctor. Yeah, that's my grandmommy, jewel of my family. She used to say, you know, BS, bull, MS, more, PhD, piled high and deep. And that's after, you know, my mama, she got a terminal master's in marriage and family therapist. I actually have a terminal master's in professional writing. Could I go by MPW? Yeah, but that's lame. Why would I do that? Or you could be like the homie Bo and have 2 master's degrees. Let me see. He's got a similar story. He left his PhD program too. Bo's bag is like sports, but like his real bag is music. And in sports, like he doesn't do enough college football for me because he knows so much about it that I feel like it's kind of wasted how much time he spends on the NFL, the NBA. But, you know, his show is intergalactic, so what do I know? Let me see. Damn, I thought this was TV on the radio for a second. All right, that's up. I appreciate that. You know, that's a good sign. That's a real good sign. Ooh. Guys, I done filled out like 5 of these for Austin, Texas. Y'all better tell them about something. Ooh, somebody forgot to put their zip code down. They're gonna get mad at me. I ain't do it. I don't know your zip code. You ain't put it down. Ooh, can the football season start again already? Please, yes. I say it every year. We have the shortest season, regular season, and the longest off season. I wish it wasn't so. Like, I'm always jealous of basketball and hockey because you get to talk about those sports like being in season for 9 months. You know, having 8 months off from football season just sucks. I hate that so much. College football season, I should say. You know, and then we're gonna get to Labor Day, and we're gonna have our big hurrah, and then the NFL's gonna kick in, and people are gonna remember, oh yeah, this is my second favorite sport. But what take we can get? Okay, all right. Another celebrity decided that they're gonna pop through. All right, cool. We'll see who this gets to. Man, I was hyped at this water gun fight today. I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, children thought that I was just gonna come out here with some water balloons or something. I had to hit them with, nah, I got the Gatling gun, I got the pistol, I got the Super Soaker. I've been ready. I've been ready. I'm new to this with y'all, but I'm true to this with everybody else. They know what time it is. They know me. Plus, it'd be hot in Oklahoma since, you know, we didn't have Oklahoma. What you think we'd be doing except going to the water? Let me see. Anthony Mott, what you got? RJ, have loved your show for a long time. Where do you think OU finishes this year in the SEC? How many losses can Venables take and keep his job? Ooh, man. He goes bowling, it's going to be all right. He's going to get another year. He goes bowling. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight because we kind of want proof that this is working. But he's due, right? He had the 6 and 7 year, he had a 10-win year. Had 6 and 7 year, now have the 10-win year. You know what I mean? Like, let's make the math on this one, okay? Because I like, you know how much I like Brent. But dog, it's rough. Diesel, what you got? Many think the SEC is top heavy, but the strength of the league is in the middle. You know, I was looking at I did this segment that y'all could go watch today, actually, about ESPN's Football Power Index predicting the finishes for some of the conferences. And they had Auburn at 8. Ahead of Oklahoma and Florida. Missouri was way down there too. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't get Auburn being at 8 there. But if Auburn is a better football team than Oklahoma, maybe we will have to rethink who's running Oklahoma in 2026. That doesn't feel like it's gonna hold water. That really doesn't feel like it's gonna hold water. Because unless we see a version of Jackson Arnold that we haven't seen since high school, I don't see it. But it would be, it'd be very Oklahoma and or Jackson Arnold for that dude to go for, 4,000 yards, 40 TDs on a 10-win team after transferring. That would be the salt that everybody was looking for. Let me see. Somebody who watches the show from Canada. That's what's up. I have to make sure that this international postage gets done right. How y'all feeling about this? Like, give me some feedback. We've been doing this over an hour. Do we like this? Is this something that we should be doing? Just super chill, chatting. I mean, we're going to do them much more, because I advertise for the show. So we're going to do something that's a little bit more, slick and whatnot. But for the time being, it's the second week of June. Dead ass. We just out here trying to bide our time. He said, this is dope. Love it. All right, cool. Cool. Curious if you play F1 online and give out the gamer tag. I gave out the gamer tag a long time ago. And not only did I lose that account in the divorce, I'm not kidding. I lost that account in the divorce, and it had so much. Oh my God. I had to start over with Destiny. I had to start over with everything. I am a day one Destiny player, but I lost all of my stuff. I lost my Vex Mythoclast. I lost my Necromancer. I lost so many good hard raid. So the gamer tag was gone, and I just don't give it out anymore because, then somebody comes and finds me like Max Verstappen or something, I was in a lobby with him on my homie's iRacing because he was like, I don't believe that you're this good. I'm going, I don't know, man. I put down a lap time. I mean, don't play with me. And then I come to find out Max is in here racing GT cars. I'm going, what are you doing? Get out of here. What's wild about this is I've seen Bortoletto in there, and I can race with him. But then again, I could put down a lap time that was faster than Liam Lawson in the Red Bull on F1. But, it's not real. It's F1. Plus, I get to keep testing the limits. If I crash the car, I just reset it to the track. He crashes the car, he gets demoted. But, I don't put out the gamer tag anymore, dog. Maybe one day. Maybe if I get back to, twitching hard. But I just don't see it. All right, well, that's all of the responses, family. So unless y'all got news responses y'all want to put down there on the sheet to make sure that you get your sticker. Let's see. We got time for a little bit here. The biggest winner of the revenue sharing is the Buckeyes. They say don't live in College Town. They live in Columbus, Fortune 500 businesses. Yeah, I was talking to Cardell Jones about this actually last year. And he was telling me that he had data to suggest that a home game at Ohio State is worth $1 billion. And you get 6 of those, maybe 7 of those every year. So the industry is as much built on Ohio State football as Ohio State football, benefits from it. It's symbiotic. Really fun to go down there. I was down there when CJ put it on Iowa, excuse me. But yeah, man, like I don't know the revenue sharing is going to benefit them that much more than, say, Georgia, right, or Texas. But let's say that they're not going to be the people that are going to be crying, we ain't got enough money. That's the one thing you can always count on from Ohio State. They're going to give you enough money to go do what you want. As a matter of fact, that was why I was kind of taken aback that people were surprised that Ross Bjork was like, yeah, we spent $20 million on this roster. Why wouldn't we? We're trying to win. We want to win right now. What's money? It's like, oh, they spent $20 million on the roster. Damn right they did. They don't care. They trying to win. And that's what I'd be telling anybody about college football. If you're crying about how much it costs, you need to be playing a different sport. It's like F1. You're crying about how much it costs. This ain't the game for you. Sunk cost fallacy is not true here. We sink the money. This is what we're gonna do. Hearing it first. Let me see. Oh, Relo, excuse me, 806. My bad. What's up, dog? My LSU Tigers will go 10-2 this season with losses against your Sooners, and the Gators were tied. So you gonna beat Clemson? You telling me you're gonna beat Clemson? You're telling me you're gonna beat Clemson? You know what? See, they started. Everybody's undefeated. Fine, sure. Oh, y'all gonna beat Clemson but lose to Oklahoma. All right, appreciate that. The face. Evan, you can go check out the channel trailer, dog. I answered that question about why we change it. Let me see. We got anything else in here before we get up out of here? All right, I got time for maybe 3 more questions. I think. We'll see how quickly y'all get in here. Need an ATM mini if you don't already have one. Nah, I'm good, Lee. I don't need any minis from a team that hasn't won a national championship since 1939. I don't need any minis from a team that hasn't won a conference championship this century. Okay? Whoop somebody in a championship game, then talk about giving me a mini. Hop it on a plane, catch you later. All right, Chris. Be safe, dog. Let me see. Yep. All right. I think that's going to do it for tonight, family. Thank y'all for showing up. I know I didn't say nothing. I know I just turned on the camera and started talking. But I love y'all. That's why we're doing this. You want your sticker? Hit up the description in the link below. Leave an Apple Podcast review. Leave a Spotify review. And I will get this out to you. All right. Those.